Hi everyone, this video will cover Module 11. So Module 11 is in the middle of the research paper process again. What you're going to be doing in Module 11 is probably the most complicated thing that you'll do this semester, and it's not because it's hard, it's because we have some internal due dates in this module that if you don't meet them, you can't finish the assignments. So it's really important that you are paying attention to when things need to be submitted, otherwise you will not get your points for these assignments. So we're doing two things in this module, and it's just to get feedback. The purpose of this module is to get some feedback from your peers as well as the online writing lab. So you are taking the same exact rough draft that you just submitted to your instructor, so to me, in Module 10, and you're going to take that same file and you're now going to submit it to your peers and to the online writing lab. So you can do this right now. As soon as you're done watching this video, go submit your draft in those two places, and then you can do the second part of the peer edit process in a couple of days. So let me show you what I'm talking about. It's really important that you watch this video all the way to the end because the peer edit is a little bit complicated. So I've got the information here in just the revision process. You want to make sure that you submit to the online writing lab by Wednesday and you submit to the peer edit assignment by Tuesday. So that's what I mean by internal due dates. If you don't meet those due dates, you won't get feedback. You won't be able to finish the assignments. So a little bit more information about revision and some review of that if you need it. This is the online writing lab submission. So this is the assignment where you will submit the online writing lab's feedback. This is not where you will submit it to the online writing lab. If you hit start assignment and you submit a file here, the only place it goes is to me. It does not go to the online writing lab. To submit it to the writing center, you have to hit online writing lab help request form, and the form will pop up here, and then you can insert the date, your name, student ID number, and then the email address where you want them to respond to you. So if you check your Allen email regularly, you can put that in there. If there's a different email that you prefer, put that in there. Sometimes students will put in more than one email so that if they type something wrong, it will at least get sent somewhere they could find it. But it's really important that you are paying attention when you put this in here, because this is where they will send the feedback to you. And make sure that they know what class it's for, and make sure that they know this is a research paper, make sure they know the due date of the assignment, and then you'll upload. You can also include some things that you're having issues with so that your feedback is a little bit more personalized, and then choose your file and upload it. They need 48 business hours to reply, which is why I put Wednesday on here. However, keep in mind that there are 25 students in this class, and there are other Comp 2 classes that are doing their research paper right now at the same time and have a similar assignment. And so we don't want to inundate the writing center. So it would be really nice if you could submit it before then. Like I said, since you're using the same exact rough draft, you don't have to make any changes from what you submitted to me in the last module. You could just go ahead and submit it right at the beginning of the week, and then they'll have the entire week to respond. If you do not hear back from them within 48 business hours, you can also email Bruce at simes@allencc.edu. He is the Writing Center coordinator, and he can, if it was a mistake in some way in how he submitted it back to you, or maybe because you didn't get the response, or maybe you can't see the feedback, then he'll be able to help you out with that. So keep that in mind. Once you receive the email back, your email will open in Word Online. In Word Online, you cannot view feedback comments. So those annotated comment bubbles, you cannot view in Word Online. You have to download it. It's very annoying, but you have to download it in order to view the comments, which means you have to have Word on your computer to do that. So if you're having some issues and you're close to one of our campuses, you definitely can do that on a campus. If you're having other problems, you might email tech support to see if they have any ideas for you. So you have to download and save that file, and then you upload it to this assignment by clicking on Start Assignment. So that the start assignment button is to submit the feedback that they give to you. So the file with their annotated comments, not to actually submit it to the online writing lab. So once you get their feedback, then obviously you can work on improving your writing from there. Then you're going to do a peer review. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated. We are using the Canvas peer editing tool. The peer editing tool is wonderful for many reasons, which I'll show you in a minute. However, there are some problems with it. And the major issue is that if you do not submit by Tuesday, November 1st at 11:59 p.m., you will not be assigned any peer edits. So you have to be on top of this timeliness here. And the reason is because Canvas will automatically assign students peer edits based on who has submitted, which means that you will not be assigned someone who has not submitted anything, which means you are guaranteed to be able to complete the peer review if you submit your draft. Like I said, we're using the same exact draft that you submitted in the last module, which means you can do it right now. You can just hit start assignment and submit that same file and you'll be done. So Tuesday, November 1st at 11:59 p.m., you will be assigned 2 peer edits. And to complete the peer edit, we're going to be using the annotation tools. So let me show you how that works. So let me show you what it's going to look like. I can't show you the view from a student point of view because I can't assign myself a peer edit. But basically what's going to happen is after you have submitted your essay, you'll see submission details over here. Underneath, it'll say assigned peer reviews, and once your peer reviews are assigned, you'll see students' names right here. So after Tuesday, November 1st at 11:59 p.m., you go over here and you'll see 2 students' names. When you click on their names, it will show up on your screen just like it does when I click on submission details. So you're going to have this, you'll see their file right here, and then you'll see this little tiny view feedback, which to me, whoever designed this is not the greatest, but that's okay. We click on view feedback and then it'll pop up this document viewer in the middle. Once it fully loads, you should see this arrow right here and you can expand it to the full screen. And this is the place where you'll be able to provide annotated feedback. And this is why we are using this tool through Canvas, because what happens is you as a peer editor can provide really specific, detailed feedback for your peer, and it is astronomically better than trying to like download somebody's essay and make the comments through Word and then saving the file and uploading it back to them. And everybody has different file types, and that can get really complicated, and feedback gets lost that way. This is all housed in Canvas. So basically what you have, this array of tools up here. I like the little comment bubbles because those are really easy to point and click. You can also highlight things, which is cool. So if you wanted to highlight an area, and you can change the colors of the highlighting if you want to, and then leave some feedback on something. If you found a section that was poorly worded, you can strike out some stuff if you don't think that that sentence is necessary. There's also a drawing tool if you really want to get creative, and then show some feedback there. In that way, you can make squares. You can get, so it can be kind of fun. And then each thing will allow you to leave a comment. And so you can see how great that feedback is going to look for your student, for your peer, because they'll be able to see some really detailed stuff. As soon as you make a comment, it's stuck on there. So in order to delete it, you have to go to that thing and you have to delete it, and then they can't see it anymore. As soon as you make that comment, they can see it. So just kind of be aware of that. But you also, that also means you don't have to save anything. And so you can go through, you can exit out immediately. That stuff will still be in there. The other thing that you're going to do is you're going to fill out the rubric. And the rubric, you'll see, you'll click on show rubrics. This is what it'll look like. It'll be your peer's paper, and then show rubric. You'll be able to actually fill out their rubric though. I can't fill out the rubric on my own essay. And the rubric is divide it into categories, and you basically choose either needs improvement or it has no issues. And for no issues, I have a description of what it should look like if there is no issue with it. And these are the primary categories. So this allows you to give broader feedback. So if you're in the writing section, which everyone should have needs improvement on writing, you know, the writing could be improved by, and then you'll be able to leave a comment in there that says something like, you have some comma errors, see draft or something. So this gives us a broader view of what needs to be worked on and what the student has done well with. So you have to fill out the rubric and you have to leave comments on the draft itself in order for this assignment to be complete. But the rubric is a really nice way of making sure that they've met the major criteria for the assignment. The only issue with the rubric is if you are finished and you submit it, you cannot go back and change it. So if you need to add any additional feedback, let's say you submitted it too early or you forgot something, you can just add a comment here and save your comment. So it's pretty easy to do that, and I count that as part of the rubric, but you have to make sure that you're doing that in order to make sure that it's all filled out. So those are the two assignments. Like I said, you have to submit your rough draft early. Your rough draft is already done though. Once the whatever day that was, I said Tuesday, what is that, Tuesday's over with, Tuesday, November 1st, 11:59 p.m. You can actually then finish those peer edits and finish one for each student. So it's leaving 15 comments on their essay and then filling out the rubric for each one. If you're having trouble, I linked the Canvas guide, which really just shows you step by step exactly what it's going to look like. And you will not be doing an anonymous one. You will be able to see their names and then what the rubric is going to look like. You won't be scoring the rubric, it's a non-scored thing, but you'll just click on one or either needs feedback or needs improvement or it does not. And that's the assignment itself. So a little bit complicated, but incredibly helpful feedback from students. So let me know if you have any questions, of course, if you are having any issues with either one of these tools, and I hope you have a great week.